I'm a 3D artist, and in this video we'll create a scene with this template for the biggest 3D community render challenge. Watch till the end of the video to see how I went from this to this. When the announcement video dropped, I knew I wanted to create a tribute to the Halo game series, but also step up my game in animation, because in the last challenge my animation was, well, rough, to say the least. So after downloading the files, the first thing I did was to create a setting for my scene. Halo is very good at establishing the mood and atmosphere for their games, so I wanted to replicate the tone of the main trilogy. After a bit of brainstorming, I decided to face the Master Chief with Gravemind. I downloaded Gravemind's model from the game, as well as the float chasing after Master Chief. Speaking of Chief, his model went through some iterations, but I decided to go with Halo's Infinite design, mainly because how fucking cool it looks. I mean, just look at it. In the last challenge I left character animation until the very last minute, and it looked really janky. To prevent this from ever happening this time, the first thing I focused on after adding all the elements to the scene was animating our hero. To create the most realistic animation possible, I turned to Rococo video capture to create animations for Master Chief from the video I recorded. This just saved me a lot of time, and this way I can have the best results possible since... Motherfucker. So it turned out that maybe using motion capture wasn't the best solution, but knowing my peanut brain, I probably did it all wrong. Fine. We'll use the old ways. After my little experiment failed, I decided to create my own animations from scratch. I started by recording myself doing the exact same thing that Master Chief will be doing. Side note, for those who don't know, this is called reference animations, and all animators from big studios do that to create more human-like movement. So after recording a reference animation myself, I moved on to actually animating Master Chief. While working on this, I began to notice that something was very wrong with my render, but I decided to ignore that feeling and finish my animation. And here it is, and it turned out better than I thought. But wait, there is something very wrong with this. I had the same feeling before, but now I can't ignore it, and I had to admit it to myself. The Gravemind looks like shit. And I'm not saying that the Gravemind model is bad, because it's very good for a 2004 game, but it just doesn't fit into more realistic looking project. I tried to fix the old Gravemind by trying to make the model look more like modern Gravemind, but well, we just skipped how it looked. I also tried to find a different model online, but... yeah. Now I don't know what to do. Without a good Gravemind model, this project is doomed. Wait. There is still one thing we can do. Something that I have never tried before. Sculpting. With the power of sculpting, we can create any 3D model. People, cats, dogs, and the best thing the internet has ever seen. I found a tutorial for creating a monster in Blender and decided to follow it with the intention of creating Gravemind. Maybe there is still hope for this project. With the newfound knowledge, it wasn't that hard to create and finish the new Gravemind model, even if it ran very slow in my project because I didn't retopologize it, because I was too lazy. I came to regret that very fast. Fuck! But apart from that, the new model looks much better than the previous one, and it fits much more with the realistic art style. Even though animating was a bit of a pain, for fuck's sake, kurwa! The animation itself turned out pretty good, especially with the sound design. After doing all the main things, it just came down to tweaking some stuff and doing post-production for my render. And after that, I was finally able to submit my render in the biggest 3D community render challenge. And here's the result of my work. So yeah, this project taught me a lot of skills like sculpting, so now I'm not scared of it, and so the future projects I have planned for you guys are going to be even better, which sadly had to be delayed because of this project. So subscribe, so you wouldn't miss these videos in the future. In the meantime, if you want to know why we have bad CGI in recent movies, watch this video.